I want to make a mark in coming up with a way of teaching flexibility, because like, and for those that aren't brass players, flexibility meaning quickly being able to like navigate through the harmonic series. And so I think just philosophically or historically, it's just obviously that's what the trumpet really just it is, because that's what it always was until very, very recently.
Right.
And we get lost in the number of skills that we need to develop, and they're not really that important compared to that, really.
I agree. Like, it's like that's the fundamental, and the other stuff fits inside of that.
Exactly. It's like, what's hard about trumpet? Making a sound. And what's the next hardest thing? Doing it on more than one note.
Yeah.
That's what's hard about the trumpet. That's the only thing that's hard about the trumpet. There's 3 valves that you can figure out the fingerings in 1 week and like master them, you know?
Yeah.
It's not hard. And unlike other instruments that are really hard for other reasons, but a piano you could play on your first day. You can't play the trumpet on your first day.
Totally.
You know, that's not playing the trumpet. It's just
almost
like
cruel to like
make
young 4th graders try to start trumpet, because like when I start a young 4th or 5th grader on trumpet, I just tell them and the parents before we start, I don't know how fast you'll learn this, but don't be surprised if you can't make a sound within a few weeks. Like, it might take you a month to even make a sound.
To make any noise. It took me a couple of weeks for sure.
But the weird thing I've noticed is that everyone does flexibility exercises, but that's often the birth of their bad habit, because
they're not actually doing it.
Something in the throat usually for my students closes off, and they form this habit of playing from a lower note to a higher note. Something clamps down, and then when the air's not flowing, other bad habits, and there's a cascading effect of bad habits, and then they come to you after a 1 semester of their middle school band, and they're like, why can't my kid play? It's like, we gotta go in there and take apart some of that wiring, and can we just start over?
Literally wiring. And that's exactly right. It was like, that doesn't exist for flexibility.
Sure.
That was the realization. Like, and literally, I don't know how often I can see a college level trumpet player that are able to lip trilling should be the benchmark. That's what I think.
Right.
And even if you don't really have to do it, if you can do it, that means that you're using your air in a way that you can do anything. And if you can't do that, it's like playing a piano at a museum where you got to jump from step to step, and you can play it and you're going to be really accurate, but you're not going to be able to play any rep. It's just going to hurt. It's going to be tiring. It's going to be, your sound won't be as good.
Yeah.
And so, that I would say is the only thing that is spiel like.
I know what you mean. That's